Welcome to Relationship Coaching Group Podcast. Whether this is your first visit or you've been following us, don't forget to download this podcast to reference later, because here we keep it real with scenarios, tips, and suggestions, everything relationship centered. Hello, I'm Roxanne, your relationship coach and host, along with my co-host, the professor. Together, we've been coaching couples and singles for over 20 years, and now we're here to work with you. So get ready for today's podcast. But before we start, we want to welcome the professor. Hello, Professor.
Well, hello there. We need some fanfare or something. Do.
No.
Don't push my luck, right?
You're pushing it.
Oh, well, it's good to be here.
Good to have you.
Big thank you to our listeners. Thank you for the love and support.
Thank you.
And what is the topic for today?
I love this. I love it. Why are committed relationships becoming rare?
Ooh, that is such a good.
I love this. This is, we bring out topics that we're addressed with our clients, and especially if it keeps popping up, we say we have to address this, because if 10, 20 of our clients are bringing these type of situations up, we need to address it.
Absolutely.
Because then we're looking at thousands that may be going through the same thing or something very similar. So we really want to help others as we help our clients. And that's why we're here. That's why we have this podcast, right?
I thought it's because you want to torture me with all these topics.
Well, I know you have a lot of input, so.
Well, I'm just passionate about this, because over the years, we've seen so many people's lives go off track for simple things. If they just stopped for a minute, and if we can help somebody to stop going off track, then we've done something. That's
why we developed this podcast.
Yes.
Because we want to expand our services.
Yes. And we want to help. We want to, for us, we get asked this all the time. Why do we do this? Why do we put so much work on ourselves? Even our in-house staff, our tech teams and all that stuff. When we said we're going to do podcasts, they're like, don't you have enough on your plate? And we're like, no. Our job, we're not content creators or none of that stuff. We are relationships coaches who want to see people be freaking happy.
And in healthy relationships.
Yes.
That's why we do this. Now, our topic, again, why are committed relationships becoming rare? Now, it feels like committed relationships are becoming harder to find, but are they actually rare or just evolving? More options, more independence, more awareness, yet somehow less commitment. So what's really changed? People, expectations, or the way we approach the relationship?
I think it's a bit of everything.
Right.
It's definitely a bit of everything.
Right. And we are definitely going to be touching bases, because as the professor knows, I have a lot of pointers that I bring out and that we expound on. And the first one, I'm going to go on with the first one, Professor.
Go ahead.
The first one may be the illusion of endless options. This is going to trip you up. Dating apps and overchoice. It's when you feel like there's always someone better, one swipe away.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yes, and commitment can feel like just settling.
And you're absolutely right. Choices.
so many choices.
I think dating apps, I don't know if they've helped or ruined it.
In a lot of cases, it's both, because I have a client who's in a relationship, and he found out that his significant other, while in a relationship, swiping right, swiping left, she's just swiping away.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's a swiper.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's so many that we're experiencing are having these issues. They're in a relationship, but they're still looking at these dating apps. They're still putting
It's so easy.
they're still putting their information out in these dating apps.
Yes. When you have social media has made it easy.
Yes.
Like Facebook and Instagram and what's the other one? Snappy Chat and all the other crap they got out there.
Not only that, Professor, not to cut you off, but it's not just that. There are hundreds of dating apps.
Yes, that too. There are
some I haven't even heard of until they bring it up to me.
And you've told me some, and I'm like, huh? What? They've got from, I don't want to name them, but they've got so many different.
So many.
And the options. And unfortunately, some of your options aren't even real options because they're pictures of being doctored or they're pictures of 10 years ago.
Right.
Looked much better.
Right. And then they meet up and it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And they pull out their phone and say, this looks nothing like you.
I saw a thing on like a skit, I think it was on YouTube or it was on Facebook, one of them too. And they meet up and he's at the restaurant. She comes in and obviously she recognizes him. She sits down and he looks at her. He gets his phone out. He's looking on her phone, looks at her and goes, "Is this you?"
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, we definitely have too many choices. And I think some of that is because we don't know how to talk anymore. We don't even have a conversation.
A lot of texting goes on instead of real communications. Even when they're home from work, they're texting.
Yep.
Instead of having that phone and having a conversation of how was your day and just listening to the voice.
Knows that if you're going to text, you text something short and sweet. But if you want to have a conversation, do not text me for a conversation. Pick up the phone and call because I can hear the stress in your voice. I can hear if it's something serious or whatever. I can't get that over text.
Right. And then, again, as I said, commitment feels like settling. They look at the grass is greener mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're always searching. And it may not even be through the apps, but sometimes a lot of, especially nowadays, and we can't even say just young people because it's crossing over to
everybody.
The 40s and up, 50s,
60s,
where they have a good person, and then they may go out and maybe just go out socially with friends or what have you, and they're meeting new people. And they say, this person makes me laugh.
Right.
What I have at home, not so much. But they think that laughter will continue, but it doesn't. Yeah. They may switch up and find out that laughter dies out after a while.
But there's, like you said, there's a lot of apps. Even on YouTube, you will see these commercials. If you're 60 or over and you want a serious relationship.
Right. Yes.
Like, come on, really? And so when you have a marriage that is lost its
zing
and go and zing, its spark, and we've talked about that, keeping it alive, and people have settled into this boring routine, then you see that and you think, oh, maybe I'll just look. And then you look, and then you send a message, and then things start happening. It's so easy.
It is easy. It is easy. And speaking of married couples, sometimes, as you said, sometimes that excitement has worn off after 20 years or 25 years, and they meet someone young and fresh,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a young man, whether it's a young woman, and they have that excitement again.
Yes.
And they feel that, or they think that it's going to last. And they compare it to what they have at home, and they think the grass is greener. They may cut off what they had for 20, 25
Yep.
years for something young, fresh, and dumb.
Well,
And
no.
and then again, it's not what they thought it was going to be.
Now, one of the things that we specialize in is expats in foreign countries. We work a lot with expats in foreign countries who've got into relationship with locals. And one of the things that we see is men come and they get younger women. And we've unfortunately had some sad cases where married couple come.
And married for 30 years.
30 years.
That one, yes.
And he goes to a bar, meets some young girl, starts hanging out. Next thing you know, he's left his wife, moved in with her. And then in no time at all, she's taken everything.
Everything.
He showed up at the apartment. Everything is gone. Passport, you name it, ripped him dry. And there was no going back.
No.
Because he left his wife high and dry. She had to try, and she had no money. She had to try and find a way home.
Right.
And this type of story we hear often.
It happens. It happens more than we'd like to hear about it.
Right.
But so it's not always you listen to our other podcasts, because we did talk about how to keep your relationship fresh and alive.
Yes.
That's all you have to do. You married someone, you're there for years, you're together 10, 20, 25 years, 30 years, and it won't be what sparkles and bombs and excitement and fireworks.
If there's bombs, we'll...
I really meant the fireworks. But sometimes relationships have bombs in it too.
They do.
It just, explosions. But the spark, the fireworks, you have to bring that back. It's not just going to happen after being together for so many years.
Yeah.
In many cases, you have to keep it. You have to keep that that lighter close by so you can light up those fireworks. That's good. That's good. So just keep it alive. People are just getting too comfortable and letting relationships die out. And the grass is not always greener on the other side. Remember that.
Because trust me, that grass dies real quick.
Yes. And there may be a lot of weeds you don't see once you're across that fence.
Weeds are green too.
Ooh,
so you climb over,
right.
You go, what the hell?
Yeah. Well.
I just real quick. Our good friend, this makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
She helps us with helping some of our guests kind of redo themselves. She's awesome.
Rekindle?
Yeah, kind of make them feel alive. So she's great. She sent me a YouTube video of an older woman, a woman of color, and she did herself up. And I'm watching this, and at the end, I was floored.
Oh, I remember that video.
Yeah.
She started out looking pretty aged.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think she didn't have much in the way of teeth or whatever. And I mean, so when she was done, I'm like, yeah, this is not good.
Right. The makeup was
Makeup has come a
amazing.
long way. And I'm like, wow. And so, these are the things that when you're in a relationship, women have way more tools today to make themselves look more than what they are, but they don't do it for their partner. They do it for someone else outside. If you did it for your partner, and I'm not saying put it all on so you look like a different person, put it on enough so that, because you got comfortable, you stop wearing makeup, you stop making yourself look nice,
And then they go out with their girlfriends and he's like, who are you?
Yeah. And that's the thing is, makeup has got to a point where you can change actually how you look. And then when you wake up in the morning and your false face is on the pillowcase and you come out the bathroom,
not good.
And the person goes, what are you doing? How did you break in?
Oh, okay. Our next point of why are committed relationships becoming rare? You have a disposable dating culture.
Yes.
Which means connections are easy to start and easy to walk away from.
Say it again.
Disposable dating culture. Connections are easy to start and so easy to walk away from.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that. I'm stealing that. Disposable dating culture.
Yes.
That is so true.
Because I know on the, and I'll speak on the women, the women's part. There's so many young ladies to older ladies that are making themselves so available.
Yes.
So available. And it's almost like a playground for men almost, because a lot of young ladies make themselves so available.
Yeah, because guys look at it.
So they can go from one to another to another and another. My goodness sakes, it's a big playground.
What do they call it? Hit it and quit it?
Yep. So
stop making yourself so available.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the word. I'm going to do it. Stop being a hoe.
Oh, you didn't.
I did. I said it.
No, it's just time for young ladies to want more.
Women talk about that they don't need a man, they don't need this, they don't need that. But if you're strong in all that, then why can't you be strong in your moral compass?
Yes. Especially if you want a real committed relationship.
Yeah.
Now, here's another reason committed relationships are rare. Fear of commitment versus fear of the wrong choice. Mm-hmm. People don't necessarily fear commitment. They fear committing to the wrong person.
Oh.
And I guess it's because let's look at, there's so many choices out there. So if I pick this one, that might not be the right person. It might be him or it may be her, because the choices, again, with the apps.
Yes.
And with going to clubs, with going just hanging out with friends or vacationing, you meet people when you go on vacations with your friends, and you have a committed relationship at home, and that committed relationship at home may be compromised because of who they meet, just being out in another state or country with friends.
But what's becoming more normal is the side piece.
Again, because people are making themselves so available. They don't mind being the side piece as long as they're getting what they want.
Someone sent me a clip. It's a great podcast they have. And the woman stood up there and said, how do I convince my husband to keep my side piece?
Wow.
And the panel were all like, what did she just say?
Floored.
The brazenness that we have come to in this society, that, we can just say things like that.
Or do things like that. Because again,
if the tables were turned, she'd be pissed.
Depending on what kind of relationship they have.
Yeah, but she's trying to convince her husband to keep her
side piece. And he's still has her in the house. That's crazy. But
not now.
Yeah. But again, it's people making themselves so available. And if you're a side piece, then whether it's the side man or the side woman, then undoubtedly you're okay with not being in a committed relationship if you're okay with being the side.
But they want their cake and eat it too. You know,
right.
They want everything.
Right.
Or this is what we had said before. People don't hold themselves accountable, and they want everything. They're not happy with the 80%. They want 100%. They want everything of it.
Right. And
you can't have 100%.
Not, that's not realistic. There's going to be, people have flaws.
Yes.
So there's going to be some flaws there. So it won't be 100% perfect.
If you talk to my partner and ask her, do I have flaws? What would she say?
Definitely yes.
That's it. Okay, that's it.
So if you're okay, if you're a side piece and you want a committed relationship, that's not the way to get him, because you're waiting in the wings that he's going to get rid of the wife or the main girlfriend or what have you, and that I'm going to be in a committed relationship. Well, the way you got him is the way you're going to lose him. If you do get him, you'll lose him that way as well.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, what goes around comes around. So be aware of that. If you want something committed, don't do that. That's not the way.
This is why long-term relationships are, it's like you said, it's getting harder and harder to be in one.
Yes.
Because like you said, we've made everything at our fingertips. Swipe left, swipe right, go up, down, sideways.
Yeah.
And you can do everything secretly through an app or Instagram or whatever. And, most men are not going to grab for your phone and do all this stuff because men don't have time for that.
Well, and then here's another, high awareness and low tolerance. Red flags are recognized faster, but sometimes people exit before real connection can develop. So you have a high awareness, but low tolerance. One thing that person does, you're in a relationship, one thing that person does, he may not have opened the door for you to get into the car. Say, oh, red flag, I'm out. Or you have your first argument and you're out.
Or you didn't get to the nice steakhouse you wanted. You're out.
Yes. And this is not a long, it's not being in a long-term relationship. It's someone that you're getting to know. And the first red flag that you encounter, regardless of how small, you want out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to give people a chance.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Don't just run out. If you think that this is something that may be a long-lasting relationship, give it a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, look at Cheesecake Lady.
Oh, goodness.
Remember her?
Yes, I do remember.
Torched the relationship right off the bat because she didn't want to be taken to
Cheesecake Factory.
What the hell's wrong with Cheesecake Factory?
Nothing. I love it. I love it.
I mean, it's changed over the years, but I remember going there and getting a good meal.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's so quick to torture a relationship before it even gets started because you can go to somewhere, go back to the app and get something else.
Exactly. And then you have perfection pressure. The expectation for a partner to meet every need can make commitment feel unrealistic.
Oh,
well, we're just saying that they want 100%. They want that person to have they have a tick list and they want every box ticked.
And they're not even, the boxes are not even ticked for them.
Right. Right.
Double standard. You
Right.
want all the boxes checked, but your boxes aren't even half checked.
Right.
Hello? Help me make that make sense.
Yeah. You're not going to get 100%
No.
perfection from anyone.
If you're getting 80%, put it this way, if you're getting 85%, then you should be happy.
Yes.
Because most relationships don't even get 80%.
Exactly.
They may get 75. They may get 70%.
So yeah. So if you are getting 80% of in your relationship, then you're good.
Yeah.
You have someone that's ready to commit.
Right. And we apologize if you hear a knocking. All of a sudden, they just started doing some work. So we do apologize if you hear it in the background.
Hopefully they don't.
Yeah.
But we're going to press on because nothing's perfect.
No.
Not even when we.
This is 80% podcast.
Right. So now, and we're living in a self-focused era. People are building careers, identities, and independence before relationships. They want to get it right. They want their perfect scenario before getting in a relationship, and they're missing out.
Yes.
Your life is not going to be 100% perfect before getting into a relationship. Even when you're in a relationship, it won't be 100% perfect.
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing. They're not perfect, but they want their partner to be perfect.
Right. Or they want their lives to be in perfect order before, and someone comes along when it's, let's say 70% where they want to be. They have a career, they're making money, they're
working hard. Yeah.
But I want that car before I get in a relationship. I want that special car. And they meet somebody before that special car, and they turn it down because they don't have that special car yet.
Right. So
materialistically, it's not realistic.
Right.
So don't look at as having all your ducks in a row. If someone comes along in the middle of getting what you say you're getting your life together, don't discount people that may be your fit.
Right. And again, when you meet someone, don't be so quick to judge them. There was a lady who judged a guy, and he wore shorts and flip-flops and a shirt. That's how he walked through that the day.
Mm-hmm.
But she was so quick to judge him. He had met her in a coffee shop. He tried talking to her. They went on the date. He wore shorts and a dress, and a polo shirt, whatever. And she didn't think it was appropriate for a date. So she wrote him off.
Wow.
But the guy was a very wealthy guy.
Yes.
So he didn't feel he needed to impress anybody. So who lost out here?
Yeah, that would have been a loss.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right. Get to know someone.
Right. It's just like if you go to the dealership and this has happened, I'm in a pair of shorts and I go to the and they don't give me the time of day.
Because of how you dress.
Because of how I'm dressed. But I'm in that dealership down the street. Oh, yeah. I went back to that dealership in my fancy car and I said, yeah, you missed out.
Wow.
So don't judge
Good for you.
By its cover.
Right. Get to know that person. And then there's less urgency to be in a relationship. Commitment is no longer seen as a necessity. It's a choice.
Yeah.
And some people choose not to be in one.
They don't. Being in a committed relationship today, people look at it as being not something they want, or it's too difficult, or it's not, they can't trust the person because they've already judged it already. Staying in a committed relationship takes work from both sides.
Yes.
It's not take, and take more.
Right.
It's give and take. But you have a lot of these so-called committed relationships are very one-sided, where I want this, I want that, I want my bag, I want my Birkin, I want all this stupidness, but the relationship's suffering.
Right.
because that's the culture we've created.
Right. Or doesn't even happen.
Right.
So yeah, there's less urgency. Then you have some people struggle to integrate independence with emotional closeness. In what we were saying, they want their independence. So if you get too close, and you're going to interrupt that my independence. You're going to kind of dismantle what I have going on for myself.
Right.
So they kind of keep people at bay.
Yeah, being in a committed relationship.
More now.
Yeah.
That's because you're more now than before.
Being in a committed relationship today is, yeah. I mean, I know from our clients, we see the difficulty that people have, and the success rate is getting lower and lower and lower. Because the divorce rate is climbing.
Because you have, again, there's so many factors that go on in society today, as we talked about the apps, and the people are just availing themselves to either be a mistress or just to not be in a commitment. They're okay with just being a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Right. Just remember, the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Right. And then you have people who are just emotionally unavailable, and you have unhealed patterns.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Going into another relationship, not being healed, and work on yourself.
Yes.
Don't worry about the other person. That's done. You got to work on you.
Right.
And working on you should be your priority.
Exactly, because there's a carryover from past relationships. And, that causes you to maybe not be in a healthy relationship, or not be healthy for a relationship, or a committed relationship.
Well, look at the lady that I spoke about. I think she's awesome. She been through so many failed relationships. Eventually, we worked together. She worked on her inside and then worked on her outside. Our dear friend helped her with makeup. She went to the gym. She started doing great. And she met this guy, and her smile, I'm telling you, it's like a ray of sunshine. Every time I see her, even when we talk on the phone, I can feel the sun.
You can
smile.
Right. Yeah.
But she worked on herself. She took time to heal. She took time to work on herself. And the person she attracted was someone who saw a person who is amazing.
Yes, because unresolved experiences make people more guarded.
Yes.
Because they know that they have things going on internally, so they're on guard.
Yep.
Those past relationships, those bad experiences really have to be resolved.
Yes.
Or bad life experiences, maybe growing up, have to be resolved so that you can be in a healthy, committed relationship.
Absolutely.
And then you have avoidance patterns. Some people want connection, but avoid the vulnerability it requires. They don't want to be vulnerable to anyone.
Don't want to commit.
They don't want that.
They say they want it.
Yeah. And it's almost as though they're afraid of the connection.
Yes. They want the intimacy. They say they want these things, but they don't. It's the defense mechanism.
Right.
And says, yeah, no, I'm just going to keep myself at a distance, but we're going to be together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And they don't want to feel vulnerable to someone. They don't want to let their guards down.
No. And
it may be past hurt, past relationships. Again, you have to heal.
We've said that
and we have, go to
go listen to our podcast.
Previous podcast.
We say this stuff all the time. You got to heal. Once you've been in a relationship and you've got hurt, and then you keep going and making the same choices, the same patterns, the same everything, and it keeps failing, you keep getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never be in a committed relationship. That's why committed relationships are rare, because you keep doing the same thing. What is it? When you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result? Madness.
Matt.
So that's when you got to stop and you got to say, I got to do me. I got to work on me. Man or woman, you got to stop. You got to say, it's time to work on me.
Definitely, definitely. And then this is what we did a podcast on that. You have the situationship culture.
Oh, God, yeah.
Undefined relationships allow connection without full responsibility. So if it's not defined, oh, you're dating somebody? No, I'm in a situationship. I don't know. In other words, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call it. We see each other. When we see each other, we go out, but there's no commitment.
But they like that.
Yeah, you have this culture now.
Yes.
Situationship.
Not a relationship.
Situationship. So if if you're looking for, if you want a committed relationship and the relationship that you're in cannot be defined or has not been defined, you may want to ask questions.
Yeah. And
if you don't get if you don't get the answers that you're looking for, how do you say? Kick rocks.
Close the door.
And run.
And run. You'll hear me say that many times to my clients. There comes a point when you got to close the door and run.
Definitely. And then another point of why committed relationships are becoming more rare is communication and effort gaps. Low to no effort put into a relationship is normalized. So we don't need to talk about things. I don't need to expect a lot from you. I don't need to, and you don't need to expect a lot from me.
Because the relationship's not based off of communication, it's based off of sex. It's based off of the physical, not the mental, not the communication, not the relating to each other. Because today it's hard for them to communicate.
Yes. Or again, the lack of communication is normalized, just like low to no effort in the relationship is put in. So you don't expect a lot from me, and I won't expect a lot from you.
You've heard me say this in other podcasts.
If we don't talk about it, not to cut you off, but if we don't talk about it, we don't talk about it.
That's it.
If it happens, it happens.
I've talked about this before. When you go to look for a office or whatever, or a home, location. If you're in a relationship, it's communication,
yes,
more communication, and a lot more communication.
Yes, that has to be key.
You can't over communicate.
No. And then the more you communicate, the more there's trust.
And more you learn about each other.
Yes.
Because when you don't communicate, and we've said this, well, we've been out for dinner or whatever, and we're watching, because we love watching people, and you see these couples sitting there, both on their phones, and haven't said a freaking word to each other. Come on.
Yes.
Again, that's that no communication. They don't know how to talk to each other. And then they go home and they do the same thing. They're on their phones.
Yeah.
One end of the couch, the other one on the other end of the couch, and they're on their phones, or one's playing video games or whatever. There's no communication.
None. And the consistency and effort aren't always prioritized the way that it used to be. It used to be where you could expect from, and I guess I'm talking years back. I don't want to date myself, but back in the day,
when
people knew
guys had clubs and clubs.
Oh, okay. Too far, Professor.
I'm getting his payback. You realize that?
But back in the day, everybody knew their role. Everybody knew what to expect. Everybody put effort. If the husband worked and brought home the bacon, the wife knew she took care of the kids, the home, and everything else. And it was a respected partnership, that was commitment, and they were committed to each other.
Yeah.
But now there's no effort.
No. I'm going to talk about someone we know. I'm not going to mention any names. awesome young man. He works his tail off. He's married, has kids. He works every hour. He's got a good job, works at every hour God sends. So when he's not working, he's not sitting around doing nothing. He's working on his property, cutting down trees, building fences, doing all type of stuff, cooking for the family.
Yeah.
He does everything. That type of man is hard to find.
Oh, it's so rare.
And he's a young man.
Yes. With great work ethics.
Yeah.
But it's a give and take. For a committed relationship, you have to expect from your partner, and your partner should be able to expect from you.
Yes.
And effort should come from your partner, and effort should be placed to your partner.
If your effort is not joint, and we're not saying match for match, that's not what we're saying, is if you're putting in and your partner's putting in and you're both communicating, you have great foundation.
Yes.
But if you're putting in and your partner's not putting any communication or anything,
or effort,
then right there, that's a red flag. Then don't continue this, because it's only going to get worse. Now, you can talk about it. You can try and get them to understand where you are and what you're seeing. And if there's no joy, then hey.
Yes.
Now, if you're already married or whatever, then, get some help, whatever. Or if you want to try and get some help. But, these are the things that before you even started making this a serious thing, and I just did the finger quotation, by the way.
You did that.
I know. It's terrible, isn't it? But if you're going to do a committed relationship, then you should have already talked about this. You should have already had that talk, the ground rules, what you expect from each other.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, you have to be clear.
You have to be honest. This is what I'm looking for.
Right.
If you want a man to take care of the household, all these things, then this is what you're looking for. And if a guy's looking for, when he comes home, he wants to cook meal, wants a woman to take care of the house and do laundry, all that stuff, then he needs to put that out there.
Right. Exactly.
Don't expect that someone's going to be able to read your mind and say, oh, well, I thought that was a given.
Exactly.
Because that's why a lot of relationships fail, is they don't talk. And they just assume it's a given.
Right. No, you have to communicate. And the points you were just making kind of rolls into this: misaligned expectations. People want commitment, but aren't always on the same page as to what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because the communication isn't there. They want commitment, but they're not on the same page.
No. And a lot of people's idea of commitment is different.
It's different. And like you were saying, Professor, you have to sit down and discuss what you want in the relationship so that both of you are on the same page. Both of you know what to expect from each other. And when one wanes away from those expectations, you can pull them back and sit down and talk about it.
And if they don't,
and say, wait a minute, yeah.
And if they don't want to come back and work on it, then
that might be a red flag.
There's a red flag. So, there's your sign.
Yeah, you have to be on the same page of what commitment looks like or what you want in a relationship.
Don't
and how
be afraid to say what you want.
Right. And sometimes avoiding difficult conversations, it plays a part.
That you're absolutely
what we were
right.
just talking about. You avoid the difficult conversations, and clarity requires honesty, and honesty can feel uncomfortable sometimes.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter, uncomfortable or not. If you want a committed relationship, you have to sit down and clarify what you both want in the relationship, what you're both expecting to come from the relationship or to put into the relationship.
Right.
Communicate.
We
can't stress that enough.
We say it all the time. If you're communicating, you're communicating what you want, your purpose, what you want to see out of it. So is the other person. So now you have something to go by.
Right. And sometimes, and I've had several clients sometimes, and it weighs on both genders.
Mhm.
They're afraid to stir up their partner. Well, if I bring up that he needs another job or she needs to help out financially, she's going to get mad. He's going to get mad, and it's going to blow up. Well, if that happens, it might not be a healthy relationship if you can't talk to your significant other.
And if it hasn't happened and you're scared of that, then maybe you need to reevaluate, because then if you're scared to speak up, then come on, that's not a relationship.
That is not good. That is not good. And then the bottom line is, our initial question, are committed relationships actually rare? They're not rare. They're just more intentional now. People are less willing to stay in unhealthy relationships. And the real shift that's happening to relationship is that commitment today requires awareness, communication, and choice, not just what feels right. Now I'm going to close, and I'm going to give food for thought.
Go for it.
And I'll come back with you with your last word. Committed relationships aren't disappearing. They're becoming more conscious. The challenge isn't finding commitment. It's being ready to participate in it. Because at the end of the day, commitment isn't just about choosing someone. It's about showing up consistently once you do. Any last words, Professor?
If you want, and I'm going to use this word want, a committed relationship, then you have to start the relationship off with communication.
Yes.
What do you want? It's like if you go to a restaurant and you order a steak, do you just pray and hope they're going to bring out the steak you want? Or do you order what you want?
Right.
So in a relationship, you should be saying what you want.
Right. And one of the questions is, are you dating just to be dating, or are you looking for a committed relationship?
Yeah.
I don't know if that would scare someone off at the first date.
Oh, well.
But yes, if you're just dating just to be dating, I'm looking for a serious committed relationship. So if this isn't what you want, maybe after the third date.
Yeah. We're not saying on the very first day.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that.
Maybe a month or so might go by, and then you can pop the question.
Because you'll see if this is going to, after a couple of dates, you'll see if he's into you, whatever, or she's into you. Then that says, okay, well, I can see that he's into me, or whatever it may be. Then you can have that conversation.
Sure.
And if the person says, well, let's just see where it goes. No, we're not going to just see where it goes and then you strung me along and then you're done with me.
Right. Or if the person says, let's see where it goes, after 3 months, I would say.
If you want to give it a timeline, fine.
Give yourself, and you don't even have to, but you give yourself a timeline. You put that timer on you.
Right. But don't get too emotionally involved, because that's when people find it hard to leave, to say, I'm done.
Yeah, could be.
You can get involved, but don't get too invested.
Right.
Because you might start seeing red flags and go,
right. You might see something that you don't like and say, okay, right. I'm out. Just give it a little time. Even if they say, well, let's just see where it goes. Give yourself a timeline, and once that timeline hits, if nothing has transpired from that, then walk. Don't waste your time,
and don't fall for the line. Well, everything's great. Why spoil it?
Why spoil it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do we have to put something on it? Why do we have to call it something?
Yeah. Why we have to put a label on it? Yeah. So be careful of that. Now, I have a few questions for our listeners that they can reflect on regarding commitment. Listeners, ask yourself this: am I open to commitment, or just the idea of it? Do my actions match what I say I want? And here's the last question you can ask yourself: am I leaving too quickly or staying too long in the wrong situations.
I like it.
Yeah.
And we can help you answer those questions, either us or some other therapist or coach. They can help you to answer those questions.
Right. Tell them about our half hour, our 30-minute.
Yes. So if you don't know, you do now. We do offer a 30-minute free session to kind of see if this is something you want. So you don't have to pay for anything right away. You can just do a 30-minute free session where we can talk to you and everything else. But it doesn't have to be through us. You can go to someone else or whatever. We're not doing this to build business. We're doing this because we want to help you. So it's either us or someone else. You can go to the website. You can get all ton of information. But our ultimate goal is to help you guys find your way.
A healthy, find and be in a healthy relationship. And that's why we do the 30-minute free consultation, to see if even we're a good fit for each other.
Exactly.
So feel free to use it. And we want to thank you for being part of the Relationship Coaching Group community. And if today's conversation resonated with you, remember that strong relationships don't just happen. They're built with awareness, communication, and the courage to grow together. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the podcast so you don't miss future conversations about dating, relationships, emotional growth, and building deeper connection. And if you know someone who might benefit from today's topic, or just want to share it, just share this episode with someone. And you can find us at relationshipcoachinggroup.com, where you'll get all of that information. And until next time, speak your needs clearly, listen without interrupting, and remember, you're not alone. Together, we got this.
We got you.